Morning. Good morning, lovely people. Today you find myself and Andrew. Say hello, Andrew. Andrew, say hello.
Bananas.
Andrew cannot be serious. Today we are changing the brake caliper on my 2006 Freelander TD4 because it's
Old.
rubbish and old.
Very old.
And you can see there we have the brand new caliper. And we are now jacking it up.
Well, not.
Some people might get really upset with where we're jacking it, but we're jacking it from the official jacking points. So obviously you do not need to see this bit, so we'll come back once we're done. See you in a little while. Good morning. Okay, so we're back. We are now jacking the car up while Andrew's underneath the car jacking it up. Because as you know, I'm in a wheelchair, so that's a little bit difficult for me. Not impossible. Also, I'd urge anybody who's technically minded, you can do this job yourself. Don't send it into the garage. Pay hundreds of pounds to do it. So all we're jacking it up, the car up now. I'll show you the head. It's a specific one for an SUV. And we're now going to pass you up to underneath the car.
Right, just quickly, when you're putting the axle stand under the car, make sure you put it on a solid, decent point of the chassis. And as far forward as possible towards the engine, so the back of the car doesn't basically seesaw because of how high the trolley jack's got it up. Just thought I'd show you that. Passing back.
So we're now going to take the wheel off. So obviously, as you can see, my car has locking wheel nuts. I have a locking wheel nut. There's a story behind that. It was mainly we got the car and we couldn't find the locking wheel nut. Thankfully, some amazing chap on eBay, I can't remember his name, he sent, it wasn't eBay, it was one of the Freelander forums, he sent me to borrow a socket to undo it. Shortly afterwards, the socket, it fell out of the spare socket. So, you don't need to see us take the wheel off.
Oh, actually, did want to point out one thing. Useful little tip when you're taking the wheel off, once you've got all the nuts off, only when you get the wheel off, as you know, wheels can be a little bit heavy. If you're sitting down like I am, you can actually rest the wheel on your calves. And when you're putting it back on the car, if you sit the wheel on your calves, you can use your legs to help jack the wheel up to get it into place when you're putting the wheel back on if you're working on the side of the street or a car park like we are.
There we go, another useful piece of information. Obviously, do not accept what we're doing here as verbatim. This is how we do it. I've been doing motor vehicles for over 30 years now, with the assistance of Andrew, so this is not how it would be done in Land Rover, this is not how it would be done in BMW.
It's how we do it.
It's how we do it, so we do not take responsibility for damage or injury caused. Right, you do not need to see us take the wheel off, we'll come back.
Well, what you do need to see is me changing the socket and not trying to use the locking wheel nut on the standard nut.
What we'll do is we'll come back in once we've got the wheel nut. And here we go. As you can see, brand new discs. Brand new flexi hose, brand new knuckles, and today I am going to change this only because it's older and I've got a brand new one the other side because it was leaking. So
I highly recommend get one of these mats because it's comfortable on your bum and on your knees.
Let's get into the job.
Oh, one other thing, point the camera this way. Always make sure when you jack the car up and you're going to be getting under it, have some sort of chock under the back wheel so it can't slide or tip backwards.
Welcome back. Right. Hopefully you can see it. I've just noticed, if you can see down there, the CV boot, let's see if I can get rid of this. The CV boot does not look good. So that's going to be a next job on my list. So first of all, again, it's removing the bolt there. One underneath. Can you see it? And this one. These are 12s. That one's a 12. And that one is a 15. And once I've undone these should come off. Hang on. See? Normal circumstances, you'll use new bolts. But for this demonstration, we won't be using new bolts. We'll be using the bolts we've already got. Again, you don't really need to see this bit. What we need to do is clamp the flexi hose with one of our super duper cheap. That's still on magnification. Sorry about this, folks, but we are on magnified and I can't see anything. So we need to clamp the brake hose with one of our super duper cheap Chinese hoses. This is really difficult with one hand. There we go. We only do that to stop brake fluid pouring out everywhere, because as we all know, brake fluid is very expensive. Like everything today, very expensive. So once I've got the brake caliper off, I'll bring you back in. Now, if you're anything like me and you lose things, lose bolts, lose nuts and bolts, things, don't put them in the freezer bags and put them over next door's neighbour's fence. Trust me, they don't like it. These metal dishes. This one is a Rolson. I'm sure you can get better brands. I've seen cheap ones like this one, £4 or £5 from the local DIY shop, right the way up to the very expensive Snap-on. All they are is a metal dish and a very strong magnet. And you can see, I'll show you. Look, bolt inside, upside down. Upside down. Bolt is still there. That's enough of my waffle. Bring it. Small correction. This bolt here, let's see if I can get you a better view of it. The bolt there is actually a foot. Right, let's remove the socket. This bolt here is a 14, not a 15. Sorry, it's a 14 millimeter. No idea what that is in American. 3/16, 4/16. No, not a clue. It's a 14 millimeter. Now, I'm using a 6-point, as you can see, a 6-point, only because I find 12 points on older vehicles do tend to ring the edges. Some people might disagree. Please, if you disagree with me, put your comments in the Squit Pit and let's have a meaningful debate about it. Let's clear some of this rust off this. As you can see, this pointing there has almost used its life. It will be replaced one day. But as it said in a famous film, not today. So, bring you back in once the caliper's off. There we go. One caliper off. Now it's just time to fight with this bolt here. And obviously, not forgetting the 2 copper rings.
Holding the caliper.
So here we are. We're back now, undoing the olive. Some of you may have noticed I've missed one vital object. Thank you. Bungee cord. Although I don't actually need the bungee cord. But if you are hanging the calipers up, I'll show you once we've put it on. You need a bungee cord. Let's get the nice new caliper. Now, as you can hear in the background, Andrew's talking about clipper grease. Some of you will agree or disagree. Again, put your comments in the Squit Pit. Let's be nice. We don't want to start slagging each other off. Some of you may agree with copper grease. Some of you may want something a little bit more expensive, like Molly grease or whatever, Snap-on, Facom, G-Door, Elidor, Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Maserati.
But not elbow grease, it doesn't work.
Definitely not elbow grease. And as you can hear, I've just dropped the caliper. That was clever of me.
The advantage is you can't feel your foot, unlike other people.
No, see, look, foot there, back, out. Now,
I'm gonna put this
as you can see, this has 2 washers. That's better. Right. You've got a copper washer this side and a copper washer this side. Make sure they are copper There are some cheap brands from Chunky China. Britpart is renowned for them to be nasty, cheap and metal. Again, or obviously there are other companies, but this is why I was mentioning the aluminium, the magnetic disc. As you can see, these are not sticking, so these are copper. Right, I'm going to have to extract this bolt, so I'll bring you back. Now there is something I have just found. I don't know if we can see this. Let's see if we can get out in the daylight. Right. Let's hang that on there. As you can see, I've got two different types of copper disc. This one, which just came off the where is it? Came off the olive, is actually a diesel injector. That's a diesel injector copper washer, not a brake washer, which might explain why I had odd braking. That is the brake disc washer. If I lay them on top of each other, you can see there is a huge difference. This one's shaped. This is why I'm having problems getting this one off. So obviously I'm now going to have to go to the shed and resort to a little bit of gentle persuasion, not violence, but gentle persuasion, to get them off. I would not recommend heat on brake fluid, because brake fluid might be contaminated with other things. Your bolts might be contaminated, and then we don't want our cars going up whoosh in flames, do we? There we go, that's that problem solved. A little bit of gentle persuasion and it came off. Now as you can see, I'm not leaking brake fluid, hence the cheap Chinese loveliness. Obviously, as I explained earlier on, there are better brands. Snap-on do them, Fake-on do them, G-Door do them, Machine Mart do them. Machine Mart, I like Machine Mart. Machine Mart are brilliant tools. Halfords do them. Anybody can do them. You don't need to go and spend thousands, hundreds on them. And there we go, look, both washers in place. Time to fit the caliper. Something to be assured of is you've got some pins at the bottom. One there, and a pin at the top. The sun. Sorry about the sun, obviously there's nothing I can do about it. It's unusual for Britain to have some lovely sun. I've got the lovely sun today. This here, you need to make sure it moves. Obviously this one here, you need to make sure it moves. As you can see, I've already got some lovely nice new, did them a couple of months ago before I realised the caliper was leaking. New brake pads, new discs, and Andrew's just come up with a really good suggestion. I should have painted these, because you should see they're nasty, horrible and rusty.
I do occasionally come out with intelligence.
He does come out with intelligence, apparently.
It does happen.
See, he just said that.
Keep that
So,
quiet. No
I'm now going to bolt the caliper on, and you can see both of these do move, and they work wonders. Back in a minute. There we go, they're all nice and tiny, nice new washers. Brake is still clamped.
And next comes the bleeding.
Yeah, and next comes the bleeding.
Which means I need to pop bonnet, and you can
Obviously,
show me the struts.
We're going to torque it all up, so which is why we've just tightened it. Just nipped it up now. Tightened it all up. See, nice new brake pads. Nice new brake calipers. Nice new everything.
Ready?
Now, this is my latest toy adaptation. Being in a wheelchair, getting up to the bonnet, lifting the bonnet on this thing is pretty heavy. So if we watch, Andrew's now going to lift the bonnet. And look at that.
Just buy yourself some struts. Problem solved.
They are really smart. I like them.
Quick, don't show them the engine. It's not perfectly clean.
Oh look, and there's my big Td4 engine. With still a few problems. Previous videos would have shown that I've got injector issues, which I'm resolving.
You've had heart surgery on it.
Yeah, I have. So, there we go. Now we're going to go do the bleeding process. We're going to use the old-fashioned bleeding, put the pipe on, pump, etc.
Because last time we tried to use an automatic one, it almost blinded me.
Yes, we put a bit too much pressure through it and it went pump. Obviously, when you've done work on it. Clean everything down with clutch and brake cleaner.
It might be full of grease and...
It will, well, there will be grease on your discs if you've touched them.
You know, finger marks.
So, that's a nice job. Now we're going to come to the bleeding. There we go.
That is bleedy salad.
All done.
Just going to top the...
All done. I need a cloth.
Oh, little thing you can turn the
Just
video.
to... I'm on.
Oh, people wouldn't think of that.
There we go. Brakes done. Little bit of brake fluid sprayed out. Never mind. Now, I prefer the proper brake spanner.
Houston, we have
These.
a problem. God.
Some people don't like them. Some people will quite happily go away with an 10mm spanner, but I prefer those. So now we're just topping up the brake fluid. Join us in a minute. Right. This is another thing that some people may disagree with, some people may not. If you disagree, let's have some comments. Put the comments in the comments box below. And let's try and keep it nice, folks. Because nobody wants anybody whining. Just a little bit of copper grease around where the wheel sits, a little bit on the threads. I know there's other lubricants that will do the same job. There's something out of Germany which Christian and Vera from LR Time use. There's stuff from LR Workshop which Will uses. There's stuff that from Britannia Restorations that Mike uses. I think everybody has their own opinion, and all these people, if you've got a Land Rover, any form of Land Rover, I urge you to go and watch them, because they're a mine of information. This is where I picked a lot of my tips and tricks from a Land Rover, because I've never ever had one before.
Especially a diesel.
Especially a diesel. Never ever had a diesel. I've been driving since 1993. This is my first diesel. Okay, so as I say, put your comments in the comments box below. Let's be nice. Andrew is now going to show his favourite way of putting on a heavy wheel. Obviously, this is not
For everyone.
everyone.
And I do have chunky calves, I don't mind admitting it.
This is not for everybody, and there's probably better ways of doing it.
But you can rest the wheel on your calves, so then you can line it up easier. I'll say this and then it won't want to line up, will it? The sun's not helping.
No, the sun is not helping at all.
I got it right. No, that is right.
We're trying to persuade Andrew not to use any expletives.
I won't.
With ADHD, it's not uncommon.
You know what? Just because I've suggested this wonderful idea, it's not going to behave for me.
No. Okay, we're going to bring you back in once we've got the wheel back on.
I hadn't lined the shape of where all the holes are against the actual hub. Now I have.
There we go.
And what helped me lift the wheel up there was using my legs.
Obviously, we do not recommend it. We do not take any responsibility for any injuries caused via it, because if it falls, it's going to hurt. So there we go. Brakes done. Topped up. Wheel back on.
And remember, torque your wheel nuts.
Torque your wheel nuts to 86 Newton meters.
And I don't mean
pounds,
go, how's your day? Are you doing well?
Pounds feet, not Newton. Some people don't like Newton meters. I prefer the good old-fashioned pounds foot. So there we go. Next job, we'll be bringing you back for something
Bigger.
more exciting.
Oh yeah.
As I say, subscribe, like, dislike, put your comments in the box below. Be nice, let's all be nice. Nobody wants a whiner. If you don't like what I do, tell me you don't like what I do. If you do like what I do, tell me you like what I do. I was just watching Andrew there, because it's not uncommon for him to try and use the locking wheel nut on the standard bolts. Anyway, for now, goodbye, have fun.